We're not getting Goldberg in AEW. Bob, you want to go through what Goldberg said about Tony Khan's business?
I'll just sum it up, really. What he basically said was he cut himself off, too. I don't even have the quote in front of me, but it angered me so much. I remember just the words and how it was written. He just said, it's too cheesy. They don't deserve. And then he stopped himself and said, so what he was getting at with they don't deserve is that like he's some freaking legend of all legends and they don't deserve his presence. They just retired Sting and that kicked ass. And that was an epic match.
Perfect way.
And Sting has done more for the wrestling business in the past, 2-3 decades than Goldberg has. All Goldberg does is go to Saudi Arabia and WWE, cash those checks for those 2-minute matches when he doesn't concuss himself on the way to the ring or kill the Undertaker in the ring at Saudi Arabia trying to do a jackhammer, almost drops the dead man on his neck. The guy, Goldberg, to me, I have a weird history with Goldberg. I love this guy as a little kid. He was my favorite wrestler. Then I grew up, and the more I hear this guy talk, the more I think he's one of the biggest douchebags in this industry. And that's just my personal opinion. And just to say AEW is too cheesy for what? For a middle-aged man who can't move anymore to take 12 minutes to walk down to the ring for the 3 moves we've all seen him do for the past 25 years? No, then they're not too cheesy for that, Goldberg. You're too old. And you're not good anymore, and you're just resentful that you didn't get a retirement match, and you like it was some kind of crazy thing that Vince McMahon asked you to put over Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber 2022. It was 2022, Goldberg. You're 2 decades removed from when you were really relevant and should have held the title, and you should have never beat the Fiend in Saudi Arabia as well, because you want to see the kids, the good guys. They have to see the kids have to see the good guy beat the monster. Was his rationale for changing that decision. Just one of the ultimate douchebags in this industry, and AEW does not need him. It would be below AEW to bring Goldberg in my opinion. So screw that guy.
Yeah, I'm going to take an opposite stance here because I just think AEW could really use a guy that's, just known for putting on long 60-minute type banger matches, who's respected in the locker room, who has never hurt anybody or injured anybody before, a guy who is known for his work in the ring and outside of the ring, a guy who is great on the mic, can build stuff over and put younger talent over, other than Chris Jericho and stuff. AEW could use a guy that would be a leader in the locker room, that wouldn't want his own private. He would chill with the boys. He'd be one of the guys. He wouldn't want any special treatment, even though he's one of the biggest names in the business. I think AEW and Goldberg, I think AEW really could use a guy like Goldberg. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic.
I know
Goldberg fucking sucks. And the last time he wrestled, he ran his head straight into a pole, concussed himself, and then almost killed the Undertaker in the process. So see you later, kid. Go retire.